To overcome such situation, one can use the approach of D'Alembert's principle. In this module, we shall discuss the generalized forces, then we will obtain the expression for generalized momenta, and defining kinetic energy, we shall obtain the expression for it. Later on, generalized principle of D'Alembert will also be discussed in detail. First of all, let us discuss about the generalized forces. Let the dynamical system be comprised of capital N particles having masses small m suffix I varying from 1, 2 and so on capital N. If Ri vector be the position vector of the ith mass m suffix I, then delta Ri vector is the virtual displacement of it. In previous module, we have mentioned that virtual displacement is the displacement where time does not change, and to denote virtual displacement we use delta Ri symbol. Let Fi vector A has been used as superscript, be the external force acting on mass Mi. A denotes that it is the applied force. And let Fi vector be the force of constraint. Then let us calculate the total virtual work done by the particles. Total virtual work is given by delta W equal to summation over I F vector suffix I superscript A plus F vector suffix I dot delta Ri vector. Here dot indicates that we are considering the dot product of two vectors. Separating these two, we get the right hand side of this equation. Let us assume that virtual work done by the internal forces is 0. That is summation over I equal to 1 to capital N F vector suffix I dot delta Ri vector equal to 0. Here dot indicates that we are taking the dot product of two vector quantities F vector I and delta Ri vector. This is the virtual work done by the constraint forces. Substituting this here, we get delta W equal to summation over I equal to 1 to capital N Fi vector superscript A dot delta Ri vector. This is the virtual work done by the externally applied forces. Let Q1, Q2 and so on small qn be in generalized coordinates, then Ri vector is a function of small q1, q2 and so on qn. If we take the virtual displacement, then we have delta Ri vector is equal to summation over E equal to 1 to n del del QE operated on Ri vector into delta QE. Please note that Ri vector is a function of QE, where E varies from 1, 2 up to n. Then we get the virtual work as this one. Substituting the expression for delta Ri vector just obtained, we get the right hand side of this line. Arranging this, we get this one. If we denote summation over I fi vector superscript a dot del del QE operated on Ri vector as capital QE, where capital QE is the generalized force associated with the generalized coordinate small qe. We get delta W equal to summation over small e capital Q suffix c into delta small q suffix c, where capital Q suffix c can be written as del del small qe operated on W for E equal to 1, 2 up to n. This is the generalized force. Let us define the generalized momentum. If P suffix j is the generalized momentum of the jth particle whose mass is m suffix j and generalized velocity is qj dot, then we get the generalized momentum Pj equal to mass into velocity, that is mj into qj dot. Here we have used the generalized velocity, so the momentum is known as generalized momentum. Qj dot is the generalized velocity of the particle having the generalized coordinate qj and mass mj. Let us calculate the kinetic energy. Let mi, I varying from 1, 2 and so on capital N be the masses of capital N particles of the system. Let small q1, q2 and so on q suffix small n be the generalized coordinates. Then the position vector Ri vector of mass mi can be written as Ri vector depends on small q1, q2 and so on q suffix small n and time t. Here I varying from 1, 2 up to capital N, as the system has capital N particles. Now we calculate the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is defined as half into mass into velocity square. So we have capital T equal to half summation over I equal to 1 to capital N mi into Ri vector dot square. Ri vector dot gives the velocity. Ri vector dot means ddt of Ri vector. Let us calculate Ri vector dot, which is given by summation over j equal to 1 to n del del qj operated on Ri vector into qj dot plus del del t operated on Ri vector. Here we have used the chain rule of differentiation, since qj depends on time t and Ri depends on qj, so we get this result. If we substitute the expression for Ri vector dot, we get the kinetic energy as this. This is of the form a plus b whole square, which gives a square. This has been written here. 2 into a into b, 2 and half cancels each other, so we get a into b, this one, and this square, that is b square. B square gives b into b, that is we get this result. Denoting this term as capital T0, middle term as capital T1, last term as capital T2, we get capital T is equal to sum of T0, T1 and T2, where T0 is this one. This is independent of generalized velocity. Let us denote it as A0. T1 is given by this one. This depends on generalized velocity Qj dot. So we can write it as sum of j equal to 1 to n a suffix j into Qj dot, where Aj equal to summation over I mi del del t operated on Ri vector into del del Qj operated on Ri vector. Similarly, T2 is of the form like this. We can write it in this way. It depends on Qj dot into Ql dot, where Ajl is of the form this one. Thus, substituting those values in the expression for kinetic energy T, we get capital T equal to A0 plus summation over j Aj Qj dot plus half into double summation over j and summation over L Ajl into Qj dot into Ql dot. For scleroderma system, T0 equal to 0 and T1 also becomes 0. Let us check it. Scleroderma means the system is independent of time t, that is del del t of Ri vector vanishes, that is why T0 equal to 0. Similarly, T1 becomes 0 as del del t of Ri becomes 0. But in the expression of T2, there is no term containing time t, so it is non-zero. Hence, for scleroderma system, we have T equal to T2. This is the expression for T2. One can say that for scleroderma system, the kinetic energy is a homogeneous function of generalized velocities of second degree. Here, generalized velocity Qj dot into Ql dot present. So, one can say that kinetic energy is a homogeneous function of generalized velocities of second degree. We know that if f function of x1, x2 and so on xn be a homogeneous function of mth degree, then Euler's formula gives this result. Here, kinetic energy is a homogeneous function of generalized velocities of second degree, so m equal to 2. Thus, from this one, we get this result 2 into T2 equal to summation over j del del Qj dot operated on T2. As in a scleroderma system, T2 is equal to T, replacing T2 by T, we get this result. We have already discussed the problem associated with the unknown constant forces. So, we have to avoid some situations arising due to unknown nature of the constant forces. If one can eliminate such forces, then only we have to deal with the known applied forces. Let us discuss about the generalized principle of D'Alembert. This principle states that the sum of the differences between the forces acting on a dynamical system and the time rate of change of momenta of the system itself along a virtual displacement consistent with the constants of the system is 0. Newton's second law gives us mass into acceleration, that is mi into ri vector double dot equal to total force. This is the applied force, this is the force of constant. Basically, this is a law between the acquired acceleration and total force. Keeping all these in the one side, we get this result. Fi vector A is the external force, whereas Fi vector is the force of constant acting on particle having mass mi. From the above equation, it is known that Fi vector A, Fi vector and minus mi ri vector double dot are in equilibrium. Considering all the particles of the system, that is capital N number of particles, we can write this result in this way. Here we have taken the dot product with the virtual displacement. This also vanishes as this gives 0. Let us assume that virtual work done by the constant forces also vanishes for the system. As a result, we have summation over I Fi vector superscript A minus mi ri vector double dot dot delta ri vector equal to 0. This gives the effective force, this is the virtual displacement. The dot product between force vector and displacement gives the total virtual work. So, total virtual work of the system vanishes. We have already mentioned that this is the effective forces. Thus, we have the total virtual work done by the effective forces in acting through the virtual displacements compatible with the constants is 0. This is the generalized principle of D'Alembert. We have used the word generalized because D'Alembert's principle is applicable only for dynamics, that is the problems for dynamics. Its usefulness can be extended to the problems of statics with the help of virtual work principle. Here, combining D'Alembert's principle with the principle of virtual work, we have obtained the generalized principle of D'Alembert. Remarks: D'Alembert's principle does not involve the forces of constants. So, it is sufficient to specify only the externally applied forces. For capital N number of particles, Newton's equation of motion contains 3 into capital N equations. Since R vector gives 3 components, so for each Ri we get 3 equations. Therefore, for n number of particles, we get 3 into capital N equations. Whereas D'Alembert's principle is just a single equation of motion. Please note it. Here we have used the sum, that is why it gives only one equation. In this module, we have found that generalized principle of D'Alembert can be extended to all scleronomic systems. By a scleronomic system, we mean that the constants imposed on that system are independent of time t. It is also known as static constant. This principle can also be utilized for rheonomic systems or moving system. A system is known as rheonomic system if the constants imposed on that system depends on time t. That is, the constant relations vary with time to time and it contains time explicitly in its expression. Generalized principle of D'Alembert is also applicable for holonomic dynamical system. A system is known as dynamical system if it contains a system of particles. If in that system the constant relations are independent of velocity, then such type of constants are known as holonomic constants and that system is known as holonomic system. On the other hand, it is known that non-holonomic systems are basically integrable systems in which non-holonomic constants are present. In case of non-holonomic constants, the constant relation depend on velocity, that is, there are explicit appearance of velocity. We have already mentioned that the principle of virtual work is only applicable for the problems of dynamics, but with the help of principle of virtual work, one can extend the D'Alembert's principle in case of statics also. This is known as generalized principle of D'Alembert. In this module, we have used the approach of D'Alembert's principle to overcome the situations arising due to unknown forces of restrictions. Here, we have adopted the virtual work principle also to overcome such situations.